Yeah, I'm sorry, bro, but you were trapped. You know, I'm trying to speak in your language here because if I just offer information without like triggering y'all, you guys don't listen, just write it off. Engaging is the first step into learning. You know, if you just sit there and read papers and get lectured at and not engage, not have this conversation, you don't learn anything, bro. It's funny, bro. Keep saying, talk to a real ecologist, a real ecologist. Bro, you're not listening, man. Everything is predicated on bullshit theories and racist ideologies. These people didn't rise to the ranks and have everything published by being brilliant people. All these works uh, have the same underlying message, and unless you grow up like me and hear all of these things all the time, you can't hear these dog whistles, and you're just programmed to go along with this program because it's easy. It's easier to think that you can just um, make a museum out of everything. And you don't even understand what I'm saying with that, bro. It's like you guys would rather take a snapshot of nature than actually try to engage and live with nature. You don't realize you can't live a colony lifestyle and have native everything. That's not how this shit works. Everything that you saw of nature is a consequence of a native lifestyle and halfway of religion. You know, you can't out sciencey nature, bro. She's always going to win, no matter what. She's winning. And if you can't see that, then I feel sorry for you, bro. I'll pray for you. Like, it's not a Darwinian world, bro. It really isn't. These plants aren't fucking competing and choking each other out, bro. That's not how the shit works. I'm sorry to tell you that. I'm sorry to tell you that everything that was drilled into your head is a fucking lie. It's tough. It's tough. You know, that's why I kind of hate saying the word evolve and invasive and non-native. But if I didn't use these terms, you wouldn't even have an idea what the fuck I'm talking about here, right? So I'm trying to level with you, and this is what we got to do with these plants: is level with them. We can't go about and say, "Oh, that thing's ugly. I don't like it. Get rid of it." That thing, you're still fucking following Hitler, bro. Do you really think that those people didn't think that they were doing the right thing? The right thing. Do you really think that these alt-right people and ICE, they don't think that they're saving their country? You know, trying to do the right thing and not stopping and thinking about what you're doing is exactly what puts us in this predicament that we keep cycling through this shit over and over and over. It's the same shit, bro. Like, these problems are going to arise in different areas, but it's the same fucking colony problems. See what I'm saying? We have to attack the root of these things. Like I said, I wish it were that simple, that it was just the bad guys are the plants, and we can take care of these fucking commies, bro. We can take care of these commies, and everything will be good, and we'll keep living the American dream. We'll keep being this United States of America. I mean, who's really united, bro? You know what I mean? Who and with what? That's what I'm saying. Invasive in relation to what and to who? Saving nature. What time of nature, bro? What time? What time period are we talking about? The stuff that was here before you? And you want that back? What are we talking about here? You guys want to disturb all the soils and then expect the right things to grow out of them? you know? Like I said, if you cared about monocultures, you wouldn't get your food from the grocery store. You wouldn't shop at these deserts called cities with piles and piles of trash on them. See what I'm saying? You're unwilling to level with anything. You're going to live up here and think everything else is down here. And that's not how the natural world works. Like, you keep being sold the same messages over and over. It's just like manifest destiny. You guys think it's your destiny to save everything, right? When really, everything is predicated on your fear of death. You think everything's out to get you. Everything's out to get you, bro. Everything's poisonous. Everything's dangerous. Everything's invasive. Oh my God. You know, it's gotta be fucking frustrating living that lifestyle, man. I mean, I can only imagine. But you can't live an actual life just fearing everything. It's preying on your death, your idea of death, and that's what everything is predicated on. All this fucking science, your way of life. You know, the colonies sold to you over and over again because you're afraid. You know, you're afraid of being wrong, and it's okay to be wrong, bro. It's okay. I promise. Like I do it all the time. Like that's why I can get away with, setting traps for people like you and saying inflammatory things and then getting my message out there. I'm okay with being wrong. I don't care because I've listened to people like you forever and got nowhere. This country has had nothing but leaders that think like you and gotten nowhere, bro. Nowhere. So it's okay though. It's like all we gotta do is actually utilize these energies. We don't have to build rockets to grow corn anymore. We're trying to overcomplicate everything, and if we just sat down and stood still and listened to these spirits, they'll tell us what to do. I promise. If you literally talk to them, they'll tell you what they know, and that's all I'm regurgitating, really. I'm not focused on what people like you have anything to say anymore. I'm actually out there communicating and leveling. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go do that now.